So here we have the electron transport chain. The electron transport chain starts with our hydrogen transporters. Here we have two FADH. The FADH lose their hydrogens and the electrons. The hydrogens are released into the matrix and the electrons enter the protein channels. The entrance of the hydrogens, or the electrons, opens up the protein channels, allowing hydrogen to pass through, allowing the hydrogens to pass through, and they will continue to move down. And then another set of hydrogen transporters do the same thing, releasing their electrons into the protein channels and allowing more hydrogen to pass through into the inner membrane space. And this will keep repeating as more move down. As more electrons move down, more hydrogen passes through. And then once we reach the final protein channel, then the electrons attach the hydrogen protons. The protons then attach the oxygen, creating a molecule of H2O. And this process of releasing electrons and moving hydrogen keeps going. And
I would suggest some of you do some studying of the electron transport chain.
we'll move over.
There seems to be some confusion.
And then where are our oxygens? More oxygens are made, or more hot water is made. As more pass through.
No, I'll stay with tomorrow. Have the phosphorus on your leg. I don't have to do phosphorus.
Hydrogen, keep going through.
Only transmembrane proteins will we have.
Then once all of our NADH and FADH molecules have transported their hydrogens and electrons, they can go along their merry way and keep repeating the cellular respiration cycle. Now we have a higher concentration of hydrogen protons in the inner membrane space than in the matrix, and 6 water molecules that are produced from all of the electrons and hydrogens released. The water, or the oxygen, acts as the final electron receptor. Then we have, at the very end of our electron transport chain, an enzyme called ATP synthase. ATP synthase works as a rotor. We have a higher concentration of hydrogen protons up here, so naturally they will float along the concentration gradient, and the movement of hydrogen through the ATP synthase gives enough energy for ADP and a freestanding phosphorus to fuse together, creating ATP. And this process keeps repeating until we make around 32, 34 ATP, 6 H2Os, and all of our NAD and FAD used in the cycle is recycled. And that's the end of the electron transport chain and the end of cellular respiration.